Everybody pops that Light Dark Scroll, hoping for that OP Lightning Light Dark Nat 5. Oh my god, I got the best monster in the game. But they don't really think about the fact that some monsters, some Light Dark monsters are just straight up better than others. So today, guys, we're going to talk about the top 10 most wanted. It's between the top 10 most wanted and the top 10 most powerful. It's kind of like a mix between them. And this is the top 10 Light Dark Nat 5's. Now this is partially, I mean, a lot of things can be good in PvE, right? A lot of things can be good in dungeons and can be good at farming. So many monsters can be good at farming. But these are mostly concentrated on PvP gameplay, World Arena, Regular Arena, and Guild Wars and Guild Siege. So these are going to be the top 10 Light Dark Nat 5's that you should be super excited to pull from your next Light Dark Scroll. Alright, now the honorable mentions, there are some really good honorable mentions actually. Honorable mentions, Fermion, Elenoa, Asima, Zaratu, Eleanor, the Bay, all great monsters. Some monsters that, so those really good monsters as well. Some monsters I'm surprised didn't make it on here. Chroma, really good monster. Julianne, another really good monster. Julianne's, Chroma is of course the light Valkyria. Julianne's the light vampire, basically the inverse of Huadam. Like Huadam's like helps people like, oh, you don't die, I got you, bro. Julianne's like, I don't die, I'm greedy, I'm gonna suck the life out of all my teammates because I'm not going to die. Celia, one that I personally like, ooh, like she seems really good. Like, why aren't people more hyped about her? She'll strip beneficial effects off and put targets to sleep with her passive. Pretty cool monster, if I do say so myself. There were some other honorable mentions that so close to actually making like a hair off. They could have made 9 and 10, basically. Pontos, which is a great monster. I like his leader skill. I like his third skill. I wonder if Pontos doesn't need like a little bit of a buff to his like. I mean, he's a Light Dark Nat 5, right? He's a Light Dark Nat 5, and he will cleanse with his third skill. He's got a speed lead, which is great, 24% speed lead. He will cleanse with his third skill, put up invincibility and immunity for 1 turn. I wonder if he doesn't need at least like immunity for 2 turns. Am I crazy in thinking that? I kind of feel like he needs like 2-turn immunity at least, right? It's a team-wide, it's a cleanse and immunity, but I mean, Velajul's got the cleanse and 3-turn immunity. Pontos, I feel like he needs at least a cleanse and 2-turn immunity and an invincibility buff. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think about that? I kind of feel like he just needs like a little, like a teeny, he's a Light Dark Nat 5, crying out loud. Vivachel, which a lot of people, if you see in Scat Feeder stream, Vivachel will switch the HP and the attack gauge, so you can pretty much like almost one-shot a monster with her third skill, even through anything else, because it switches the 2 gauges. It's a really interesting, cool monster. Didn't make it on the list. One of the reasons is it's kind of like you gotta get the hang of it. Like, it could be really strong in the right situations, but it's not always the #1 monster. Like, there's just some monsters that are like, yo, this is a guaranteed pick. But Vivachel, especially in RTA, high level RTA, is really strong. I'm kind of surprised she didn't make the list, but also it depends on the team that you bring her in with as well. Zerath, another great one. Vivachel, Pontos, Zerath all could have just this close to making the list, right? Now, and I didn't just make this list up by myself. I got input from like 20 different people, high-level RTA players, few people from different guilds, 4 different guilds actually 4 different guilds plus all the guilds that the RTA players that I asked about, whatever. But I asked a lot of different people. I asked around. I was like, yo, what do you think about this monster? Huh? What do you think about this monster? Zerath, another great one, huge nuke, and he also has a cleanse as well. Little cleanse, not a full cleanse, but a little cleanse. So anyway, that's it for the honorable mentions. I'm kind of surprised, but also these ones on the top 10 are really good. Okay, so for number 10, coming in with number 10, we have Laima Bean, I don't know, the Light Oracle. Great monster. She's kind of like Praha, but kind of also like similar to Pontos, actually, which is surprising. Like, oh, Pontos, but she is a little bit stronger in the fact, in my opinion, since she has that second skill, which is a strip, which is pretty nice. Great if you've seen, there's some RTA players, and you see like a lot of these in the top 10, like you see them, the top players of RTA using them. Great monster all around. You could use her for so much though. I don't, Lima Bean? I'm gonna call her Lima Bean. Lima Bean. So that's number 10. But a great monster summon for sure. Number 9 on the list is Shan, the Light Chimera. Oh my god, this is one that I personally would be like I would be so psyched to get. Like, this is one of the most wanted for me personally. You have enough. Third skill, increase attack. It's basically Bernard plus Okeanos with his third skill. He's got an AoE stun, area of effect stun, 80% chance. And he's got the increased attack gauge and increased speed. Basically like Bernard. In addition to that, he's got a second skill that does damage based on his speed. So he can buff his speed, stun the enemies, nuke the, I mean, it's just crazy. It's crazy. And he's got an HP leader skill. It's nuts. It's really, in my opinion, he's just, I would put him higher on this list. It's not just my opinion on this list, but I personally love Shan. What am I like? Oh my god, that's like, and he got buffed too. It's like, this is one of those cases where like you never know what's gonna get buffed or nerfed, etc., etc. Shan was different back in the beginning of Summoner's War. He was different, and he got buffed to his third skill actually got changed. So you never know what's getting changed. You never know what's coming down the pipeline. All right, so that's number 9. Number 8 on the list is Oberon, the Light Fairy King. Okay, this guy's got a 44% attack power lead, right? He's got third skill, Ignore Defense, which is okay. The high elementals and stuff have that, but he's got better base stats than the high elementals. Some of them, depending on which high elemental you have. He's got better base HP, because some of them have, like the water one has good defense, the light one has good HP, but they don't all have everything. I think he's got the whole package, plus that 44% attack power leader skill, and he's got the skill reset, so you can do, I mean, there's so many options with that. Like, skill reset of, you know how strong Ganymede is, right? Everyone knows how strong. It's no surprise how strong Ganymede is. Oberon has that. You can just nuke one after another. No, even if you have him on violence, oh my god, and just nuke things down, and then violent proc, reset your ignore defense, nuke again. Oh god, I don't want to think about it. I'm hurt already thinking about it. Number 7 on the list is Sylvia, the Dark Neostone Agent. The Dark Neostone Agent, she's got the first skill, Glancing. It is what it is. I'm not too excited about the Glancing debuff for the first skill. I would rather have a stun, or provoke, or defense break with me personally. The second skill will strip, single target strip enemy debuff, but the passive is what makes it. The passive and the leader skill, 33% speed lead in Guild Wars is pretty damn OP. Pretty damn OP. It's not, I mean, like, some people will be like, oh, I'd rather have Arena, whatever. Arena would be, oh my god, that would be too ridiculous. It's ridiculous enough in Guild Wars, right? But the third skill, she teams up every single time she moves, which means she needs high speed, and I would prefer her high speed and on Violent Runes. She teams up with another, I mean, the ridiculous possibilities of what happens if you've seen some crazy Sylvias. Teamed up with Iris too. Especially teamed up with things that have passes, right? Things that have passes, like Iris has a pass to strip stun. Like, imagine strip stun, strip stun, strip stun, strip stun. Like, the whole time is insane. It's ridiculous. Way too OP. Possibly way too OP. I mean, she's great. She's on the list. She's one of the strongest. And Light Dark Nat 5 should be the stronger monsters in the game. They're rare, so they should be strong. But man, if she gets going, insane stuff happens. So Sylvia, I think that's pretty open. She needs a spot on this list for sure. Number 7 on the list. Number 6 on the list is, of course, Isis. Isis, the Light Desert Queen. Not only does she increase cooldowns of your enemy team, she attacks with the third skill, increase cooldowns. She also is one of the 2 monsters. We only have 2 monsters, I believe, we have the Fire Freak, and we have Isis, and she AoE Oblivions. How do you even AoE Oblivion? Oh my god, okay. AoE Oblivion! That's and increase. It's like, oh, do you want to be anti-Zyros, anti-Lucian, anti-Camila, everything, anti-everything, and she's just anti-everything. Great monster. I'm surprised. I mean, like she's just support though, so she doesn't really do damage. She doesn't do anything aside from that. Like how the Light Chimera is. He's a support monster, but he also does damage in addition to that. That's why I kind of like. I kind of like that Light Chimera a little bit more for me personally, but man, she's open. She's anti everything. Anti skills. Anti. Hey, you don't have skills. You have passives instead. Screw you too. Screw everyone. Screw everyone. I'm Isis. Screw everyone. I hate everyone. Anyway, number 6 on the list. Number 5 on the list. Here's where we're getting into like all of those were like they were. Everyone had different opinions on where they should be. Number 4, number 5, big difference. Big, like those were like in this tier, and then number 4 and number 5 are like here, and then 1, 2, 3 are like in their own league of like triple S, WTF, ridiculousness. Number 5, Artemil, the Light Archangel. I actually happen to have one of these. I got lucky enough to have one of these on my alt. The first NAT 5 I ever pulled on my alt was Artemil. This guy's crazy. He does damage based on his defense. He increases, he will counterattack when your allies are attacked. He will strip, and he'll counter, if you've got him on Despair, he will strip stun when you try to, like, if you're facing Artemil, you try to attack someone else on the team, he'll attack you, he'll counter for them, attack you, strip you, stun you. GG. Super OP, HP leader as well. Great monster, and he stacks too. The damage he does, his defense stacks every time he takes a hit. Well, not, it's capped, but so crazy OP, so crazy OP. Like he just gets tankier and does more damage, and I think the most common build for him seems to be defense HP or defense HP. With it's more often defense HP, but enough HP to still be tanky enough to not get knocked down too much. But oh my god, and Despair, I see Despair destroy a lot. Still with speed subs, crit rate subs, things like that. He's just so ridiculous, so ridiculous. I mean, defense buffing passive, and he does damage based on defense, and he does damage even when it's not his turn. So it's like, oh, it's not my turn. Guess what? It's my turn now. No. It's me now. It's me now. Oh my god. Artemil, number 5 on the list. Number 4. These were very close. There was a gap, and then these were very close. Artemil, and number 4 is Ragdoll. Ragdoll, the Dark Dragon Knight. This guy he's like the opposite of Vertiheel, kind of. He's the opposite of Vertiheel. Anytime one of your teammates takes a hit, gets crit on, Ragdoll's team increases attack gauge over and over again. And in today's meta, you can't, like, there's not a lot of monsters that are like bypass crit rate. Everyone's like, we're stacking crit rate on everything, we need to do a lot of damage. Speed and crit rate, usually a lot of monsters have a lot of speed and crit rate because we want to be able to kill things, right? So it's kind of hard to avoid crit rate, especially when you're trying to go for these legend runes. A lot of them have crit rate here and there, so fighting against the Ragdoll, you're like, how do I beat this Ragdoll team? I'm gonna keep critting. The other team's gonna keep getting turns just because I'm trying to kill them. I don't know what to do. So these are really great passive monsters. Both of these. Super ridiculous passive monsters. A lot of times I see Ragdoll. I feel like Ragdoll should be super tanky. I feel like the good ones are super tanky, but also have the capacity, like a hybrid build, capacity to deal some damage. But if Ragdoll is super squishy, he dies too fast. You don't have as much utilization of his passive. So that's why I think it needs to be at least. And the good ones are pretty tanky. But man, this guy is super OP. This passive is just this crazy. And it was another Light Dark Nat 5 that was buffed. His passive wasn't as strong as it was before. So you never. Artemil too. Artemil, Ragdoll. What else was buffed? Shan was buffed. Let's trying to think what else was buffed on this. But yeah, you never know what's gonna happen. Like these monsters are stronger than they used to be. So you never know. If you guys pull something crazy, you're like, oh, this monster needs buff. You don't know what Kantos has in store for the future. So that monster that you got, that's like you have in storage right now, could be the next OP monster. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. They keep balancing things all the time. You don't know what's gonna happen. All right, number 3 on the list is gonna be Yenhong, the Light Sky Dancer. I know the light. Oh, Light Chasoon. It's not Light Chasoon. It's Light Sky Dancer. I think that she actually, for me, she gives me so much headaches. I hate her with a passion. I hate her so much. Number 3 on the list. I don't know if I would put her a little bit higher. Honestly, I feel like she's just stupidly insane. Like, there's the number 2 and number 1 are great. They're phenomenal monsters. But I feel like those monsters I have less of a difficult time dealing with than Yenhong. She's got her 3rd skill. She balances. I mean, she basically just gives her it's no cooldown. It's like, oh, let me fill up the health, fill up the attack gauge of everyone. She's got her 2nd skill. She's got great base speed, right? Her 2nd skill removes beneficial effects and will buff up your team's attack gauge. With that as well, so you can go in against Wusa teams, you can go or like Shield Will teams, you know how they go. You can do that, and then great base speed. So, I mean, especially against Shield Will teams, if you have a speed leader, if you have Ciara and Yenhong on like Swift or super fast Violent, you can go in first, strip the Shield and Will off someone, and then increase your attack gauge. And the rest of your team gets to move next. Like your Ganymede with his ridiculous high base speed too gets to move next and reset whatever she stripped. I mean, this is high level World Arena meta. This is high level RTA meta. Yenhong is ridiculous. And you see a lot of these top 5 monsters in RTA like all the time. You see a lot of these in general in top level RTA because it's like totally free to play, not at all credit card arena at all. But great monster. You know, I mean, like, it's just, I say great monster, but in reality, I'm thinking F Yenhong, F this Light Sky Dancer, I hate her. There's like 2 different guilds that have multiple Yenhongs, and they're like G3 guilds. And every time I go up against them, I'm like, oh, F this. I don't want to do this again. I don't want to do this. Because it's just like they're so tanky and they're so fast and they heal everything to full and they increase their attack gauges and they have no cooldown. And I'm like, what do you want me to do to this? What do you want me to do to this? There's nothing I can do. She's got 5 turns. Everyone's healed to full. They had 1 health each. Now everyone's healed to full and they have full attack gauges and now I'm dead. Okay. Like, I don't know. It's just F the Light Sky Dancer. That's all I gotta say. Number 3. Feel like she should be at least number 2. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Number 2. I know you guys are gonna be surprised that this one is not number 1. Tian Lang, the Light Panda. Light Panda. Oh my god. Everyone's like, oh, Light Panda meta, Light Panda meta. Oh, Samath, Light Panda. You got Samath, you got Light Panda, you got it. You got G3. Easy G3, no worries. Light Panda. I feel like, here's the thing. Because it's a speed meta, right? It's a speed meta. Every time you increase your attack gauge, you increase it. Well, okay. For those of you that don't know what Tian Lang does, since it's a speed meta, you have things like Samath, Bernard, etc., coming in to attack, like for your arena offense, right? And then you have Tian Lang. He basically counters that. He counters the current meta. He counters the speed meta because those teams, Bernard, Orion, etc., Tiana, their attack gauge increases less, right? It's halved. And then he increases his attack gauge instead so he can cut in. And that's why you want to rune him fast, so he can cut in between these things and get a turn. 2nd skill, AoE strip stun. Unless you have Tiana, then he just stuns. You don't need to strip because Tiana just did the job for you, right? Super ridiculous. The only thing is, I see a lot of... This is why I think that maybe, for me personally, I would have put Tian Lang a little bit lower on the list. Because there's so many people... It still is the... Like, Tiana Lang is... Tiana Lang? Okay. Tian Lang still is a great monster in the meta. But there's a lot of people that have counters to him. For example, Swift Okeanos, Swift Triton, things like that, where it's basically, instead of buffing your attack gauge. Like, Swift Okinos just, like, strips and resets Tian Lang, right? Well, unless you got shield and will. But if you just have will, he'll strip and reset. Kind of a counter, and then you don't even have to worry about, you can just use your other monsters, whatever, where he's not gonna stun anything, right? And then you also have Triton, which instead of boosting your attack gauge, he will strip the enemy's team and he will reduce their attack gauge, which is not even gonna trigger Tian Lang's passive. So there are counters to Tian Lang. Also, I did a video, the Fire Minotaurus, also he'll strip and he'll stun as well. So that's yet another counter to Tian Lang. Free to play, kind of free to play counter too. Fire Minotaurus, NAT 3 monster. But I feel like there's some counters that, like, I never have as much problem with Tian Lang as I do with Yen Hong. That Light Sky Dancer is just, for me personally, but I understand it's not just my opinion. I mean, it's a lot of people's opinions, right? But Tian Lang is still a massive, massive force in the meta. I just think that a lot of people nowadays, you know, over the past couple months, they have a lot of counters to him, or they at least know how to manage Tian Lang's arena defense. I think he still has that hype from, like, when he first came out, and I was like, oh my god, if you have Tian Lang, you're G3. But just, I don't know, I just feel like he's still definitely, for me, still definitely top 5. Maybe I would put him 3 or 4 if it was just my list. But of course, he's a phenomenal monster. Either way, he's a phenomenal monster. And number 1, of course, I know you guys know number 1. I know you guys number Giana. Giana was, and this is, okay, I mean, I really can't argue too much with this list. I mean, it's a pretty good list, but it wasn't just my opinion. I took the opinions of a lot of different people, and I kind of made one list out of all of them. But Giana was definitely up there. Strip, and you see a lot of this too. You see a lot of the monsters on this list will strip somehow. Actually, maybe not a lot. But Tian Lang has got the strip, right? Yen Hong has got the strip. Artemil's got a strip. A lot of these monsters have a strip. Sylvia has a strip. Oberon doesn't need a strip because he just kills everything immediately. Laima Bean has a strip. Light Oracle has a strip. But you see a lot of these strip and do something. Tian Lang, second skill, strip, stun. Giana, third skill, strip, stun. So you got the bomb. You got attack power leader. I mean, if she had speed leader, it would be disgustingly OP. Like, way too OP. Like, oh my god, please nerf this monster. Now it's just like, still disgustingly OP? Okay. So basically what she does is she strips, and for every monster she strips with her third skill, she will also stun them for 1 turn. Which is pretty strong, especially considering she's got the, and I see a lot of people run her Swift, but strip stun is so OP. Like, you think about it, like, okay, well, you could strip stun if you have a stripper on Despair, but she already does it in 1 skill. Tian Lang does it, but he's not guaranteed strip stun. Giana, unless they're resisted, is basically a guaranteed strip stun. Unless the resistance comes into play and it's resisted, right? But super OP, plus she's got the bomb, so you want good accuracy on her anyway. But oh my god, she's so strong. You see her everywhere. If you're trying to get into G3 in RTA, you have to know how to deal with Giana because you will keep seeing her. That's how strong she is. And I see a lot of Gianas on Swift, but that is, right now, that is the most wanted. When I talk to people and they're like, what do you think is the best monsters in the current, like, it's basically a PvP list, right? It's not a PvE list. There's really great monsters. There's a lot of great monsters for Kairos Dungeon, for Rift Beasts and things like that. Like, there's different things that are really, really good. But this is basically a PvP. Let's face it, this is a PvP list. And I see, and they're like, we want Yen Hong, we want Tian Lang, we want Giana, and some of them are like, I really want an Artemil, a Ragdoll. But, I mean, this is what everyone wants. So if you happen to pull any monster, even the honorable mentions, congratulations. Super crazy. Any Light Dark Nat 5, if you pull any Light Dark Nat 5, it's still congrats to you. Let me congratulate you. Get a congratulations from Jubago. Congrats to you for pulling any Light Dark Nat 5s. But especially the ones on this, the top 3 are basically triple S tier, according to everyone that I talk to. Triple S tier. I guess Ragdoll and Artemil, we can consider them like double S tier, and then Isis, Sylvia, Oberon, maybe. I mean, it depends. I'm not gonna S tier and double S and A plus and whatever this list, but these are just the top 10 based on all the people that I asked. and compiling the list into one. These are the top 10 light dark nat 5s. Guys, what do you think? And I disagree, honestly. I disagree with some of these myself. I would not too much, but I think I would have like switched maybe a couple here and there. But overall, it's a pretty good list. So guys, what do you think? Oh god, ask for opinions in the comments. Ask for opinions in the comments below. Jew Bagel, eat a dick. Okay. Next comment. Jew Bagel, no, still, really. I really want you to eat that dick. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. All right, guys. Let me know what you would have put on the list. What you think is a little bit.